Alright, guys, so this is my vlog about my updating my rescaping of my cube 25 by 25 by 25 centimeter tank. And I was really going originally for an Iwagumi, but the rocks that I had, the cereal rocks that I had, I thought they would be big enough for me to create a scale of the Iwagumi, classic Iwagumi style. But then after exactly 1 month of setting up this tank, I decided I need to update it. And this vlog is actually not really like the end part because I needed more plants into this, but I'm just gonna show you how I rescaped the rock part of it and some of the plants, trim some of the plants. So here I trimmed the rotala. I don't know if this is Atra or this is like orange juice. I'm not really sure. Maybe this is Atra, but because my light wasn't really that intense, that's why they didn't become reddish. So they just became orange. So again, my plan is to achieve that more classic Iwagumi style, and I actually bought a bigger rock, and I'm gonna show you here now what I did. And I hope that you like this video, okay? I hope that you continue to support me with my aquascaping. And I'm really something. This is something new for me. I've had an aquarium before, but never really aquascaped. So what I did, I bought this another cereal rock, and originally I had three rocks, right? I got one of those, and I glued the bigger rock to the smaller rock so that it will like be really taller. And so what I'm doing now, I'm taking out these rocks. And by the way, the video you're seeing now is like fast forward, okay? So time lapse a little bit, like times two. So I just moved some of the rocks, and I took the smaller rock, and I wanted to achieve like a big, medium, and small rock formation. So the main rock will be the one that I just bought. And I know that the density of the rock is gonna displace some of the water, so it might overflow. So I had to take out some of the water. And this is one. If you can see, it's actually two rocks uh, glued to one another. The smaller rock is the one that is the base. And what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to stabilize the rock because I needed to support it with this rock. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna place it there, and basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make sure, see, I'm just wiggling the big rock around and hoping that the glue will not be detached or will not be pulled off with the weight of the rock. And yeah, this is gonna be close to what I really envisioned in the past, like before really actually getting into the aquascaping. So there, after that, if I don't know if you could see it, but I'll try to explain. The I displaced and also like uprooted some of the glossostigma, so I will be putting in some more soil. And that one at the center where the big rock and the smaller base rock is, you can see a gap actually, right? You can see a gap. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some more soil to fill in the gap, because here's the reason. I really actually need another, see, I'm putting the, you see guys, this is what happens when you do not plan ahead. And again, I was going into this just excited for my Iwagumi, my first ever Iwagumi, and now I'm just trying to fill in the gaps with soil, because my plan is I'm actually looking for a reddish plant, a reddish middle ground plant. I'm thinking of Reiniki Mini. I'm just trying to look for the source where I could get it. And actually, if you could see where my tongs are, or where you could see the gap there, right? It's like an opening or a gap between the two rocks. And I tried to tilt it because I also wanted, if you could see, at the back there, the flow of the filter is directly behind the rock, and I don't want to cut the flow of like totally, so I had to tilt the big rock backwards so that some of the flow will be there. But I like it that the flow is not gonna be too strong at the front. I like it. I still believe that the flow of the water is still gonna, because this is a very small like cube tank, right? The flow is gonna be enough for it to circulate. So what I'm doing now, I'm trying to put in more soil, but in the process I was able to cover some of the glossostigma. I hope that the glossostigma will be able to thrive and just push out after this, but I hope in a week's time I would be able to source new plants like the, hopefully I will be able to source Areniki mini and just plant it right where the cryptocorini brown is, like there. I want to take out that cryptocorini and then just replace it with another middle ground, hopefully a red plant there. And then now I'm trying to replant the rotola that I cut off because I trimmed it earlier, and then I'm just gonna replant them where the other bunch are, and I hope it's gonna create this tall plant again. Although again, I really want to achieve more of a unified look. If this really grows out and reaches the water, and if the look isn't that great, I am gonna trim them again, and just to maintain the height, right? I hope that I would be not lazy to do that. But I'm really inspired by this tank, and I'm inspired when the coloration of the fish becomes more intense. I like it that I'm able to achieve a more of a classic Iwagumi look. I like Iwagumi. I don't know if you know it. Of course, this is just my only tank with a planted aquascape, but I really love Iwagumi, like a mountainous scene and like meadows and like mountains. I love that. So there, I'm replanting the rotala at the back, and some of it is still gonna be tall, so I'm just wriggling the tongs into the soil, and I failed, right? So yeah, I'm gonna do that again. So this is basically it. The front will be glossostigma, and maybe I actually contacted a source already. Maybe I'll be adding a dwarf hairgrass, which is really the smallest hairgrass, right? I think is Iliocaris bellum. I hope that I'll be able to get that soon. I'll be planting it in the patches there just to add a little bit of variety to make it more natural. And then again, as I said earlier, I hope I get to have a middle ground red plant to plant right in front of the big rock, right in front of this rock, right? And then I'm adjusting here the plant, tilting it back just so the flow will be much better. The angle of the rock is also very important. And yeah, what else? So yeah, hair grass. And I actually told the source also that I wanted red blood rotala red blood. I'm gonna plant it where the other rotala currently are, and I hope that the variety of colors like green, orange, and red is gonna add to the overall impact of this Iwagumi. I hope that in another month's time I'd be able to achieve what I really want. I'm just bummed right now currently, just because of my budget, that the filter has this gray intake and even the skimmer at the top of the surface, right? So I could always just save up for an external filter with like a lily pipe, a glass lily pipe, so that it will not obstruct the view. So here it is. This is how it looks at the front, and I really like it. I know it's not the perfect Iwagumi style, but I like it that there's this really big rock. I think it's a seiki. I don't know if that's it. I don't know. And then there to the left is the medium rock, and to the right where the big rock is leaning on is the small rock. So I hope that you like it. This is it, and I'm gonna show you some pictures after this, okay? Just so you see what happened a few hours later.